Hello, and welcome back to another video.
So if you watch my best builds for career mode video, you know that I discuss your playstyle means more than everything else, right? The way you build your fighters heavily contingent upon how you actually play the game. However, I've seen a handful of comments kind of asking what attributes to upgrade depending on the type of build and when. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the best attributes to upgrade for the type of boxer you're playing as, whether you're a swarmer, a slugger, outboxer, or a regular boxer puncher. So this is a heavy emphasis on what to upgrade early to ensure that you're building the right build for your playstyle. Let's jump right into it. Okay, so the first fight style is the Swarmer. Swarmers overwhelm their opponents. They push forward throwing big combos and they don't allow for their opponent to get a punch in. If you're swarming an opponent, your goal is to always back them into a corner so you can tee off on them. With that being said, you'll want to upgrade your movement speed to cut opponents off. If you're swarming opponents and trying to throw a barrage of punches, you want to be able to cut them off. When you're pressing your opponent, they're going to most likely back up and circle away from you. Upgrading your movement speed will allow you to cut them off and stop them from doing that. You're also going to want to upgrade your stamina to throw a lot of punches. While all stamina attributes matter, you'll want to focus on stamina regeneration so that you can string together some big combos. And then upgrade your punch speed. Look, if you're pushing forward and throwing combos, you need to be able to do it quickly. If you're trying to throw a big combo and you're slow as shit, you're gonna get caught with a counter punch and get dropped. Your goal is making sure they can't catch you slipping while you're throwing combos. With that being said, it goes without saying that you should also upgrade your health and blocking. Your health and blocking are already increased, but you'll want to focus on those too because you're definitely at risk of getting rocked when you're pushing forward swinging. So overall, for playing as a swarmer, focus on your movement speed, stamina regeneration, punch speed, health, and defense. If you upgrade these attributes first, you'll capitalize on the playstyle and become a force to be reckoned with. So the next fight style is the Slugger. A Slugger is a powerhouse. They're not the fastest, but they can absorb some big shots and they throw even bigger shots. This is typically somebody that pushes forward, walks their opponent down, and throws haymakers with serious knockout power. Your goal is to be lethal with every punch. Your textbook example is Deontay Wilder. As a blanket statement, focus on upgrading your stamina because sluggers spend more stamina per punch. Personally, I think stamina is the most important attribute in this game, so I'll always push for upgrading it. However, when you're playing as a slugger, you'll be using a lot more stamina than usual, so it's even more important to upgrade it. Next, you'll want to upgrade your power punching, left-hand power, and right-hand power. You're not a slugger without some serious power. Luckily, you automatically get an increase in health pools and hook and uppercut damage, but you'll definitely want to focus on these attributes as well. Just think about it. If you're throwing big power punches, you're leaving yourself open to get caught, so you'll want to be able to take those punches and keep pushing forward. Lastly, you'll want to focus on movement speed. This will help you walk opponents down as you throw bombs. So overall, when you're playing as a slugger, your emphasis is big, heavy shots. But in order to do that and not tire yourself out, you need to upgrade your stamina, upgrade your overall power, which means punching power, left-hand power, right-hand power, and then also focus on your health because you're gonna get caught when you're doing this. At the end of the day, serious power shots aren't fast and you're gonna be open and get caught. So as long as you can take those counter punches and keep pushing forward, you will be a lethal weapon. Next up is the outboxer. An outboxer is essentially a counter puncher. They hang around the outside, set up traps, and catch their opponent as they come in. For example, let's say you're an outboxer fighting a swarmer. You'll have that swarmer pushing forward throwing combos. Your job as the outboxer is to keep your distance, let that swarmer miss, and catch them with a counter as they miss. Outboxers get a bonus in straights and jabs because you'll want to use those to keep your distance. If an opponent is closing in on you, stick them with a jab or a straight to make them back off. Outboxers also get a bonus in counter punch damage, which is crucial, and you'll want to keep upgrading your counter punch damage attribute to make sure your opponent's second guess is pushing forward. The other attributes you'll want to focus on are punch speed, movement speed, and agility. These stats will allow for you to stay on the outside, utilize quick head movement, and catch your opponent on their way in. If you're faster and sharper than your opponent, you'll catch them before they catch you. You'll also want to keep in mind that outboxers are point fighters a lot of the time, meaning they hang around the outside and chip away at you. They're focused on winning each round on points rather than going for the knockout, but increasing your accuracy, counter punching, and your overall overall punch power can really help turn you into a knockout artist rather than a point fighter. The last thing to keep in mind for outboxers is that you get slightly less health, so you'll want to increase your health and blocking eventually. The whole goal of being an outboxer is to not get hit at all, but if you get caught slipping, you better hope you can eat that punch and keep swinging. Lastly, we have the boxer puncher. A boxer puncher is a well-rounded boxer altogether. The purpose of this fight style is to give you the option to play however you want without a focus on a specific style. In other words, if you don't know how you want to play and you don't have a style in mind, feel free to pick the boxer puncher and upgrade them as you see fit. But I will always recommend upgrading your stamina first. Stamina is what wins fights. You can dominate the entire fight, but if you have low stamina, you're gonna get knocked out. It's the tale as old as time. Focus on your stamina and focus on your movement speed so you can get the hell in and get the hell out when you need to. On a side note, a couple of extra attributes I'd recommend in general are agility and punch speed. Personally, I like to beat opponents to landing. If I see my opponent swing, I want to catch them before their strike gets to me. Having good head movement and speed really helps with this. It allows for you to catch your opponent off guard because they're wide open. If you have that good agility, you'll be able to duck, dodge, swing, hit them with the counter, and put them on their ass. Now for me, my personal favorite fight style is the outboxer. I think it adds a bit more finesse and a bit more fun to a typical fight. I've tried being a swarmer and a slugger, and personally it just makes things a bit too easy. I like being able to set up traps and throw that perfect precision strike to knock opponents out. But I hope this helps you guys. If you like the video, please feel free to like and subscribe. And drop a comment below letting me know what type of fighter you're working on. Are you an outboxer, swarmer, slugger, just a standard boxer puncher? What's your fight style? Do you like to pick and pop, back up and counter? Do you like to push forward and throw bombs? What are you working on and what attributes do you upgrade first? I know that this can all be a bit subjective, but I felt that ultimately these are the most appropriate attributes to upgrade per fight style, but that doesn't mean that people don't have a different style and a different strategy to upgrading their fighter. So let me know in the comments below. I'm really curious to see how you guys upgrade your fighters currently. I just stick with what works for me, and at the end of the day, stamina is gonna rule all. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you next time, and let me know as well if you have any other questions, any other recommended videos you'd like, any tutorials, any how-tos, things of that sort. I'm happy to help you guys out. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Take care. Bye.